Hey, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the eyebrow-raising, Monday Blue shirt-wearing, of course, you either love me, you hate me, or you don't even watch these videos. Either way, I am the Mad Montreal Man. And yes, it is Monday, which means it's a Marvel Monday. And today, sticking with the M motif, sort of, Marvel Monday, we're doing Man-Thing. Yes, the Werewolf by Night Man-Thing. So what do you say we get my friend Dr. Scalpel out, get Man-Thing freed from his corporate plastic and back into the wild? We'll be back in a moment. Well, as you saw in the package, I swapped the hands out because originally in package he comes with 2 fist hands, but I figure it's the Man-Thing. His touch burns all evil sinners, so I figured you gotta have the open hands. Now, there's been a lot of debate over the years over Swamp Thing or Man-Thing. Well, they do have some similarities. Swamp Thing, DC Swamp Thing, was originally Alec Holland, a man who basically, long story short, fell in the swamp, became an elemental, known as the Swamp Thing. They've reconned that over the years. Now it's an elemental who thought he was a man. And Swamp Thing, of course, is a powerful DC elemental, and so forth. He speaks, he can literally teleport. Man-Thing in some ways is very similar. A guy falls in the swamp, turns into Man-Thing. His touch can burn sinners. He doesn't really teleport or anything like that, so it's a bit more of a simpler version. He also does not speak. He has no mouth of what to say. Well, no. But, there he is, the Man-Thing. And some people always debate which came first, which didn't. To me, Swamp Thing came first, Man-Thing came afterwards. There's been debates because of sketches and so forth. I don't care. I like Swamp Thing, especially when Neil Gaiman wrote Swamp Thing. It was wow. Man-Thing never really had that fair shake at Marvel. Man-Thing kind of was a lot of times overlooked by Marvel, was tossed in when they needed them. Only recently have they started using Man-Thing a bit more. But enough of a little history and rant. I'm not feeling 100% today. But let's look at the figure. Well, he's got that Marvel, why do they keep doing these? I mean, how many people are going to post the figures like this? They could do better torsos than that. Now, he is detailed. He also has the obvious legs swivel. You can't really hide it with this one, but the problem with these is when you have a detailed figure like this and you turn the leg, it just looks weird. So in some ways, if you're doing action figure photography, if you're going to do his leg like that, you're going to somehow try to do your best to hide that seam. But he is detailed, definitely detailed. However, he's not the first Man-Thing Marvel has released. Back in the day, you had this Man-Thing, a lot smaller, much smaller, big roots out of the back. He also has the U-shaped stomach, which you could very easily see. Hands are actually, you can actually open hands a little bit. A little bit more articulation in the old one. He also has the, I think it's a slightly, oh yeah, it's definitely a longer loin cloth of swamp material. he also has a bit more coloration in the face. It's, brown and green, not just a solid green. The eyes are really sunken back versus this guy here. Eyes are pretty close. So what do I think of the new Man-Thing? Well, he's big and bulky, but this one just has more going for it. So if you're looking for a Swamp Thing, I'd say try to track down the older Marvel Legend one, because it's creepier. The eyes are more recessed. You got the different coloration. You got branches coming out. You got the hands. You got the articulation. He's well articulated. This guy, well, they put brown in the back of his heels. They got some brown vines there and on the top of his head. But for the most part, the face sculpt kills me. I just don't like this face sculpt on this one. It's disappointing. This one, although smaller, is a lot creepier. It just is. So, Man-Thing versus Man-Thing. Well, okay. Another point. Look. No toe articulation. Toe articulation. Says one time the older one definitely is far superior to the newer one. And that's it. Here's my opinion. You saw both Man-Things, the new and the old. The old one's so much better, in my opinion. More articulation, more detail. The only drawback with this guy, that U shape. But that's it. Okay, so next week, we now have 2 Marvel Legends still to go. We have, as I mentioned before, we still have the female Loki, and I'm still waiting for my Odin to show up. But I recently picked up one that, well, back in my day might have been a bit like, what are you doing? Luke Cage, Power Man. If you want to know what I mean by that, well, you just have to watch that episode when I talk about it. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. And join us on Friday for the regular On the Peg, where I'll be looking at some more TC Multiverse figures, of course. And if you don't mind, hit that like button. That one right there. Just hit it. And if you haven't done it already, go ahead. Subscribe with the little bell thing. It's easy to do. Just saying. And by the way, if you know of a store you want me to shout out, I will. I recently was told to check out a Montreal-based company called Toy Snowman. I'll look them out and I'll take a look, see what they have. But take care of yourselves. Do your best, of course. Especially with the weather starting to change. It has effects. I mean, I was out in the sun for a good chunk yesterday. I'm not feeling 100%, but it's important to stay healthy physically, emotionally, and of course mentally. But like I said, do your best. Stay healthy. And when you have a chance to compare old and new action figures, it's a nice little way to spend a moment of your day and just to stay happy. And even though I feel like I'm coughing up a lung today, and I'm a bit tired, a bit stressed, I still say do your best. Do your best. Stay positive. Come on, stay positive. And we'll see you on Friday.